We have 6 different games / seasons, and we only have 4 tier lists this time, and I named them because I feel like the letters don't justify these games on me. We have masterpiece, we have amazing, great, we have good. I genuinely don't think that any of these games are bad. That's why I say this is the greatest one here. The fact that the bottom tier is just good. This might be a run-of-the-mill kind of tier list for these seasons. I actually have a kind of a crazy take in here too. Let's start with, of course, The Walking Dead season 1. Let's be real. It was so emotional. All the characters were they were great characters. They weren't, they weren't all nice. They were 80% of them were assholes and bitches and all of that. But this game follows Lee and baby Clem. Throughout the apocalypse, he finds a little girl named Clementine in a treehouse in the back of her house, because of course her parents got bit, turned into the joints, all of that jazz, bro. And that's basically how they start their adventure. They're just trying to survive, bro. They meet all these different people trying to survive through the newly occurred zombie apocalypse. They don't call it the Walker apocalypse outbreak on me. I mean, it's literally what it is. Throughout the game, they meet a bunch of people they can trust, a bunch of people they can't trust. If I'm being real, before I get into this whole thing, because I don't want to be redundant with what I say, I will admit that the only thing that I might not kind of rock with about Walking Dead, which is totally opinionated, right? A lot of the deaths that happen here are unavoidable. Even if you make the best decisions ever, most of the deaths here are unavoidable, bro. Nothing wrong with that, because it's an apocalypse, bro. Like, these people are literally learning how to live in an apocalypse, and people are gonna die. That's just as simple as that gets. So it probably would have been less realistic if you could save everyone, so it wouldn't make sense. Each episode really had, like, literally, it's hard to say one specific plot point, because every episode really had a specific plot point. Like, there was the people they met at the house when they were cooking the people that they would meet and then serve them to the next people that would pull up, and of course they thought that shit was cool, but it's not, bro. So Lee had to get in their butt. Notable characters: Kenny, Carly. I remember what was homegirl's name that came back in the later season? I forgot her name. Was that Carly? Her. Whatever her. This bitch. Ooh, I can't stand. And you want to know who else is a bitch? I don't know if I'm gonna catch him. I hated Ben so much. He was such a bitch, bro. Just messing everything up. But the main thing was the relationship between Lee and Clementine, because Lee, I'm pretty sure Lee didn't have any children, bro. And he was kind of a convict, He was about to get arrested, and then he's kind of taking this little innocent girl under his wing. And he kind of has a short temper, and he's trying to show Clementine the way to survive in this world. Just in case something happens to him. But of course, when you meet all these fucking whack-ass people that are just untrustworthy, bro, like, it's so hard to, like, show her the right way into and how to handle stuff, bro. Because if Clementine wasn't there, I promise you, Lee would have probably bodied half the team, bro. But we all know the big thing that happens in this game. At the end, Lee gets bit, and Clementine gets kidnapped by somebody they had met earlier, and I'm pretty sure they had beef. But Lee goes to save Clementine. He had to go through a herd of walkers. That's not when he got bit, which is crazy. This nigga got bit randomly. I forgot what he was trying to do. But he just randomly got bit, bro. But he had to go through a sea of walkers to try to get to this weird ass nigga right here to save Clementine. Of course he saves Clementine because Lee is that nigga. And then, of course, the bite gets to him. But, they're in a fucking sea of walkers, so she can't really carry this nigga to safety before, anything happens. Then boom, bada bam. Literally boom, bada bam. Oh my gosh. Watching this is just like, Just looking at this scene right here, bro, it's actually like, I'm actually getting chills, bro. Bro, I'm actually about to fucking cry. And I'm not even listening to like, and she had to shoot Lee. So Lee is gone. And Clementine is by herself. Or no, she's not by, she was with the 2 people that were left over at the end of the game. She was with the 2 people, the only 2 people who didn't die. I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna remember names at all, bro. The relationship between Clementine and Lee, to me, is genuinely unmatched. I mean, we have a lot of unmatched relationships in video games that at least I know. Y'all probably know a little more than me. There's Joel and Ellie, Kratos, Atreus, motherfucking Mario and Luigi, bro. But Lee and Clementine were that duo was an emotional ass duo, bro. This moment too, oh my gosh. I wonder if, can I find this part? This part was fucking crazy. This bitch was fucking insane, bro. This bitch was fucking insane. I hate him. I hate her too. I guess she has said something disrespectful.
Lily about to beat her ass.
And then she decided bow. Like, what? And you can't avoid. That's what I mean by you can't, nothing you did in the game prior, you couldn't avoid that. And that stuff like that was kind of just like, okay. And like when Clementine she saw it all, bro, at such a young age. She was what, like 8? Let's move on to 400 Days. I'm gonna put this in good just because it's kind of similar to like the Life is Strange joints that I was talking about. How it was like it was cool to see, but it was nothing that I needed to play. It was nothing that was really necessary. It was really just you going through different people's stories, you know, other than like Lee and them. I think some of these were like, I think she had appeared in the actual season. Yeah, like it's like multiple different stories that you can see, kind of just seeing how everybody dealt with the outbreak. Or not everybody, but how different groups and different people dealt with the outbreak. Cool concept. Like I said, I mean, it's cool, it's not bad. It's just I had no connection to these characters. It was just cool to see how different parts of the world reacted to the outbreak. This is totally my bias, because I already know how the community feels about Walking Dead Season 2. I know people don't like it. Well, I ain't gonna say people don't like it. People think it's the worst out of the 4. But my nigga, I think it's the best out of the 4, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead and dislike. I think Walking Dead Season 2 was perfect, bro. So like in the first, like I was saying in the first game, Lee was trying to show her the ways, or you know, the survival skills of what he knew, because you know, of course, he wasn't perfect, but he was trying to teach her the survival skills that she at least needed, how to shoot a gun, how to hunt, I think. Stuff like that, right? You know, how to kill a walker. You have to hit it in the brain. If you hit it anywhere else, I mean, it's a chance that it will probably just get back up and keep walking. Oh my gosh, I remember this part, bro. This was crazy. This was actually insane. But sheesh. But I just thought about like when she got bit by the dog, that what happened after, which is absolutely fucking nuts. She still really don't know what to do. But this time she's on her own. I mean, I know I said that she left off with the 2, but I mean, we all know what happened, right? Like literally at the beginning of the game, they both die. Both of them die, bro, which is absolutely insane. Both of them die, bro. Well, no, I think one of them died. Does she die? I actually don't remember. I really want to see. And she's meeting all of these people, kind of similar people to the people she met in the first game. It's not the same people, it's similar people though. But the only difference is she doesn't have a Lee. So she's using her own judgment. And everybody around her is always just treating her like a kid, like she don't know what the fuck she talking about, or like all of that jazz. Of course, she's innocent as hell, so she still sees the good in everybody. You know, she's still young. You said the nigga she met thought she got bit by a walker, so they locked her in a shed and waited till morning and just waited for her to bleed out. And in this part, she found She found thread and a needle and was like, okay, I'll stitch myself back together, bro. And we literally had to go through the works of her entire gash in her arm and watch this little girl that we had a connection with through the whole game scream in agony. This was a horror. This was honestly horrible, bro. But to me, it showed like, yeah, she's on her own. She doesn't have Lee to take care of her, bro. So she's kind of learning, like, okay, I'm in this. Holy shit, bro. This game kind of did have a plot though. Like, it wasn't really. Yeah, like she met all these people and then I forgot really how they came across this Carver guy, but they had to start working for this Carver guy, bro. I mean, that nigga, like the title said, that nigga's a true psycho. We met back up with Kenny because apparently he didn't die in the first game. They never really showed that he died, baby. I think he just fell in a pit of walkers, and then we kind of just assumed in the first game. She's just learning for herself how whack the world is, bro. And not even just the world, like of course she knows about the walkers and shit, but like, I mean the people of this world, like, because the majority of the people she was meeting was just ass, dude. Like, they just sucked. And low key, I'm not gonna lie, like Kenny was there, but Kenny was wilding the whole game, bro. He was talking that real shit most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, but y'all already know between like Lee and Kenny in the first game, Kenny was like more of the hothead and kind of thinking with his, or you know, acting with his emotions instead of thinking it through. After this game, she gained something to actually keep fighting for and keep, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, at the end of the game, I forgot homegirl name, but homegirl thought that Kenny wasn't sane enough in the brain, which was fair. Like I said, Kenny was fucking wildin'. She thought that Kenny was unfit to take care of baby AJ. So she came up with a whack plan. A plan that Clementine did not know about. She was the only one that knew. She decided to hide baby AJ to make it seem like something happened to him. You know, he died, he got took by a walker, kidnapped by some rival group or whatever. And she did that so she can show Clementine. She wanted Kenny to show his true colors to Clementine. You know, to see how crazy and how, you know, how he will lash out in situations. Which, honestly, I think that was too crazy of a situation because he thought that you did something to him, bitch. Because throughout the game, I think she had turned on us through the game. But I think it was a part of her plan to like get back at Carver or some shit. But so they already had trust issues with the bitch. They start fighting because of, you know, Kenny thought that she killed AJ, and she just wanted to show Clementine, like, but she, you know, she didn't do nothing to AJ. She just hit him in the car. So then you have the option you have to stop the fight. You have the option to either shoot Kenny or shoot homegirl. Of course, shooting Kenny, I chose to shoot Kenny because I kind of, throughout the game, I kind of do agree. He was fucking wildin', bro. It was kind of obvious he was going down a path of mental insanity. It was kind of crazy. There's two different outcomes here. I shot Kenny, so then there was like an emotional thing, because, you know, she knows Kenny. So I got emotional. I got him because we knew Kenny since the first game, and watching Clementine have to kill Kenny, that was crazy, bro. With my ending, you know, we figure out that AJ was actually in the car. So homegirl kind of did that for no reason. Kenny didn't really have to die here. No one had to die here. It's just like your plan was so drastic and just so stupid, bro. So I think, yeah, you have the option to leave her or stay with her. I left her because why the fuck would you do that? And I think this is why I fucking resonate with it so much, right? Because in this part I related. In this part I related, bro. Cause even in my head, I was throughout the whole game, even the first fuck ass season, I was like, let me just give everybody a chance, bro. Everybody got some good in them. Let me just give everybody a chance. And then she pulled this dumbass shit. So I decided to, yep, I'm not going anywhere with you. I decided to leave her ass, bro. Me and AJ only. I'm gone. Don't follow me, bitch. I don't know the option in which you have to, if you stay with her. I'm not sure that option, but yeah. Days later, they show Clementine on her starting her adventure with AJ. About to walk through a horde of zombies, you know, putting all the zombie juices on her and AJ. About to walk through the horde. Just symbolizing like she's on her own. She's really on her own now. Now she's on her own. She wasn't on her own at the end of season 1, but now she's on her own, bro. And now she has something to fight for with this baby AJ. But if you kill her instead of Kenny, apparently you just, I think y'all find like a refugee camp or something. But I don't remember. I think it's only for kids, I want to say. Or like it's only for young people. So Kenny couldn't go with them. So Kenny was just like, y'all go ahead and I'll go off somewhere else. And after that, we just never see Kenny again. So either way, even if you kill him, if you let him live, you never see Kenny again, bro. Walking Dead Michonne was amazing. Right? Walking Dead Michonne was amazing. It was the shortest one of all the main seasons. This is the one I honestly don't remember the most. So this review might be short. Honestly, I'm gonna put it down to great. I'm gonna put that down to great, bro, because now kind of some things are coming back, and this was honestly just a cool thing. Kind of similar to 400 Days. It was kind of just a cool thing. But it was better than 400 Days because I at least got to spend 3 whole episodes with her. Yeah, I remember her daughters being a big thing. I don't think we ever saw her daughters or anything. Yeah, there wasn't really special here. It was a lot of cool moments. I will say that. It was a lot of cool moments. Like her fight scenes with the sword and shit. Walking Dead Season 3, aka A New Frontier. Amazing. Now it was different. It was different for sure. I wasn't expecting some things here. I wasn't expecting an entire. I guess that's why they don't call it Season 3, because it's not really. You're not going with Clementine. And she's in the game. But this story is not. This is not Clementine's story. This story follows Javier and his family, bro. And they still managed to implement Clementine here. Like, that's tough. That's fire. Look at her. Like, look at her. Like, did y'all see? Like, I've never seen her this angry, bro. Look at her, y'all. I'm telling you, bro. Them years got to her. The events of season 2 and those years got to her. It's not his wife, right? No, it's not. No, okay, yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back, bro. It's coming back. So it's Javier, his brother's wife, and his brother's children, bro. Something happened at their house, and his brother had to. I guess his brother either. I don't think they ever truly showed it, but his brother had to flee and kind of leave his family behind. So Javier took over. And of course, through that, Javier started growing a relationship with his brother's wife. Golly, why is that the frame I see? Am I tripping? Yeah, this is the craziest. This was fucking nuts, by the way. That was crazy, bro. Like, them just shooting, what's her name? Mariana was insane, dude. Like, that was crazy. And she was the sweet one, bro. Like, the son was the fucking dickhead. And of course they shoot this, they kill the sweet child. Like, oh brother. And then he meets Clementine. Well, he meets Clementine. And then of course eventually he meets up with his brother and his brother and his crew. All that drama with his family starts going down. It was a lot. I forgot what group they were going against. But I remember it was the group where Clementine had ran into them. When they had showed that little flashback, Clementine ran into him. They took baby AJ away from her. And and that's why she kind of needs the help from Javier to kind of go back and get AJ back and all of that jazz. It was fresh. It felt fresh, and it didn't feel forced. Like Clementine's association with it didn't feel forced, and that's kind of why I like it. In the final season, like I said, I think this will be very run of the mill. It's a masterpiece as well. Walking Dead final season had me bawling. I was actually bawling my eyes out, bro. Clementine's growing up, y'all, truly taking care of baby AJ. Because AJ got to be the same age as she was in season 1. The whole game, it start off with you know, they're living life. They're surviving life, you know. Well, yeah, they found some food. I'm pretty sure it was a trap. Motherfucker blew up. Motherfucker blew up, bro. It was definitely a trap. But then they ran into a whole nother crew. A crew of people that's Clementine's age. A bunch of teenagers, bro. Like, just surviving just how she is. And it was very obvious that sooner or later, these niggas were not gonna survive this, bro. Like, sooner or later, they weren't gonna survive this game, or they weren't gonna survive too long out here, bro. Especially with their leadership. Eventually, oh my gosh, I saw that bitch ass nigga face, and everything just like, oh my gosh. Being innocent, pretty similar to how Clementine was innocent, but of course they were raised different. Lee and Clementine, even though Clementine was kind of, you know, she grew up, she was raised by Lee. She wasn't really even raised by Lee, but let's say in the apocalypse time, in the apocalypse era, she was raised by Lee, bro. But yeah, it's just different from Clementine, you know, raising AJ. Because Clementine, let's be real, she doesn't really know what she's doing either. Because like I said, AJ's kind of around the same age as Clementine was in season 1. So she's kind of trying to teach him not to be all this innocent person, or this easygoing, give everybody a second chance type of person, because that's how she was back in season 1 and season 2. And she's trying to teach him not to do that. But in the same stance, she's kind of teaching him to be a little hot-headed and to be a little not really like Lee, but kind of like Kenny. And that's kind of how, that's low-key kind of how he turned out to be. Some of his decisions was fucking nuts. But to me, this was more similar to how Sean and Daniel was in Life is Strange 2. Like, low-key the blonde leading the blonde, and and your decisions kind of reflect off of what AJ does. It does reflect off of what AJ does. So during this, while they're all standing over this nigga body, I didn't know this happened this soon, but it turns out that one of the people in this refuge, their sister, the sister didn't die, but the sister got recruited by like their rival gang, right? And of course they thought that she turned on them. But in reality, I think for like supplies and honestly just for them to be safe, the leader, which was this bitch, gave her away. He gave the sister away to the rival gang, bro. So then we figured that. So of course Clementine has figured that out. So now we kind of, so he kills her because that was his homegirl. You know, she's saying, Marlon's crazy. You gotta be careful. And then of course we all have this little standoff outside because he's lying to the crew. That's saying that Clementine killed homegirl, but in reality he killed homegirl. So then we trying to get everybody on our side, shit like that. And then of course, like I said, your decisions kind of reflect on what AJ did. I think this would have happened regardless. Like I said, you know, a lot of deaths in this series doesn't really, you can't really help those. But like I said, Clementine kind of taught AJ to be a hothead. I'm way too happy right there, bro. And damn, where is that? Yeah, they all figuring out like they are expendable, and he was turning people in, doing bad by his team basically, bro. And then as soon as he was about to turn himself up and, you know, just give in, because of course the whole group was opposite of him now. Right when he was about to do that, bow. That was insane. He was an asshole, but then boom, bada bam. AJ holding the gun, bro. And now, low key, everybody in the group. I wouldn't say everybody in the group is afraid of AJ. Everyone in the group is kind of like, bro, this kid is fucking crazy, bro. Like, you need to put a leash on that nigga, bro. That's kind of what they're dealing with this whole thing. Clementine kind of becomes the leader, and now she's like, okay, instead of y'all being pussies, y'all need to fight back now to this rival gang that y'all just being bitches to. You know, they pull up to their crib. We find out that Lily was the name. Lily was her name. In season 1 when she shot homegirl, Carly was the girl she shot. Lily is the girl that shot her. Lily's back, and Lily is the leader of this rival gang that, you know, all of that. We go through the works, you know, Clementine's team versus Lily's team. Like, you have the option to tell AJ to shoot Lily or leave her living. I think I left her living. I should have killed her ass, because I think right when I spared her, and that's back to that innocent mind going, bro. When I spared her, she killed one of the characters. I think it was the character that he was like friends with the walkers or some shit. That was also a cool story point of this. It wasn't a big story point, but like having a character that's like friends with the walkers and just recognizing like, man, these were people too, bro. Like they get into a little thing, bro. Clementine gets bit. That's crazy that I got. Look at my reaction, bro. Clementine gets bit. Y'all can't imagine my reaction or just what's going on in my head when you see somebody that you've spent the last 4 seasons of a video game basically playing as them or being on their side get bit by a fucking walker or a zombie, bro. And, you know, as regular routine goes, those people don't make it. You know what I mean? As regular routine, like literally when Lee, everyone else, bro. So then, you know, they escape the walkers. And then of course she's trying to get away, or not trying to get away, but they, you know, they're just keep moving forward. They're just trying to go back to base. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, they get attacked by walkers. AJ's trying to help her to the barn, bro. And this is literally, oh my gosh, bro, I'm tearing up. This is literally almost parallel to what happened with her and Lee. I feel like AJ at this point had a little bit more experience. And I think AJ might be, no way, AJ's older at that point, or like way older. But like, AJ definitely had a little bit more experience with just everything going on, I feel like, at that point. Because he was born into this world. Like, Clementine wasn't born into this, but literally just a parallel, bro. Clementine leaning up against the thing, sitting down, trying to get up, realize she can't, but she's turning into a fucking walker. So now she has to guide AJ into getting himself to safety, bro. She succeeds. She succeeds for sure. But now, you know, he realizes he has to end it. And look at me just bawling, bro. I can't listen to this because I might bawl. I might start crying too, bro. I was crying beforehand, bro. Good Lord. This game had me in shambles, bro. This game had me in fucking shambles, bro. Oh my gosh, this game had me in shambles. And of course, AJ has to do what Clementine had to do to Lee. This was so crazy, man. I'm really just sitting here like, wow, like this really happened. And sheesh, bro. We see the flashback, and I'm assuming this was the events. Yeah, this was the events after A New Frontier, which is season 3. When she figured out AJ's location and was like, I'm about to go get AJ. And then we go. AJ's back at the crib. He's fishing. I think he found what's her name's hat. He found Clementine's hat in the shits. Walks back to the base. Boom, bada bam. Boom, bada. Oh, come on, bro. Boom, bada bam, bro. Seriously, bro. He walks back to the base with all his stuff. Boom, bada bam. We hear her catchphrase, goofball. And she's alive, bro. And he cut off her leg. Smart shit, AJ. I don't know how he got her out of that barn. Maybe that's just a question we don't need to see, but they hit a swerve on me, bro. Like it was so crazy. It was fire the way they did it though, bro. Cause I'm telling you, I would have been in shambles. Just turning off this stream and realizing that Clementine was dead. I wouldn't have been able to handle that shit, bro. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Like Lee, to me, Lee's was extremely emotional too, right? I cried during that season 4. Cried at the end of season 1 with Lee, right? I only knew Lee for one season. I knew Clementine for 4 seasons at this point, bro. And watching her die there would have killed me, dude. So, well, it clearly did, because I thought she was dead for like a cool 15 minutes. Literally the only gaming series I know that just has 5+ games with non-stop bangers, bro. Like literally every single one of them is good. Like that shit is crazy. But all I will say is that I'm glad that they didn't stop, or they didn't like keep it going, you know what I mean?